had been thrown into a pool and it literally worked perfectly. So I'm going to show you the process with this cell phone, but just for the record, this cell phone has not been damaged by water. So the first thing that you are going to do is take off the case from the cell phone if you have a case on the cell phone. So right here I have a case on the cell phone. I would take it off just like this, completely remove it. This case actually has two parts. It has an outside part, an outside hard shell, and then sort of an inner soft shell. So I'm going to remove the case just like that. The next thing that you would do is remove the phone's backing and the battery. Now in this case I cannot remove the backing, I can't remove it easily. Of course there are screws, but I mean if you can slide off the backing and remove the battery easily, then that's what you would do. But obviously in this case I can't. So if you can remove that stuff, remove them. The next thing that you are going to do is dry off all of the pieces. So like I said, this phone actually isn't wet, but if it was, I would completely dry it off. Just use a dry towel. Completely dry it, and also dry the battery and the backing and any other parts that you have removed. Once you have finished that step, you are going to get a container and fill it with rice, just like this. Now, the phone and the pieces, the other pieces with the phone, should be submerged into the rice. So make sure that you have a container that's big enough to fit the phone, the battery, the backing, and so forth, and also fill it with enough rice so that the rice goes over all of the parts. So we are going to take the phone and put it inside the rice, just like this. Just pretty much submerge it, completely submerge it in rice. And the phone is completely submerged in the container, which is filled with rice. And if I had a battery and the backing of the phone and so forth, if I had removed those pieces, I would also put them inside. And the last and final step is to get the lid of the container and put it on top to completely seal the container. So just make sure that the lid is completely on top of the container and the container is completely sealed. And now the rice will basically absorb the moisture from the phone and the other parts that are submerged in the rice, and that will most likely save your phone from being water damaged. Now once you have put the phone in the rice, I recommend leaving it in there for 24 hours, but it all depends on how much water was inside of the phone. For myself, when I used this method with my last cell phone, I left it inside for 48 hours and it completely worked. But for the most part, 24 hours should be more than enough to save your phone from being water damaged. So that's basically it. That is the method that I used to save my old phone from being water damaged, and I would highly recommend using this method for your phone if it fell in water. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.